Hey y'all, so this year has been intense to say the least. So many things have happened, and most likely in December I'll make a video reminiscing about everything that has happened this year because it's been so many things. However, today I want to reminisce on one specific thing, which is Proxima, the company that I actually started with a bunch of my friends, and we're having lots of fun. We're about to unveil over the next few weeks a lot to the world. A lot of the work that we've been doing. So before we do that, I always like to reminisce about some of the things that have happened so far, some of the hurdles, some of the stuff that went well, some of the stuff that didn't went well, and hopefully you guys get an appreciation for the struggle that it takes to actually start a studio, but also putting a team together and also working a game that looks AAA and feels AAA and all these other things that go with creating a game of high quality. So I hope you are in for the ride because I cannot wait to share with you guys. And without further ado, let's get started. All right. Welcome to another video. If you're new here, my name is Harvey Newman. I've been working in games development for over 20 years now. I absolutely love it. So I decided to start my own games company about a year and a half ago or 2 years. We have gone through a lot this year because this year, I don't know if you heard, it's not the best for games, and for a games company, it's even harder. And the reason why is because it's probably the worst year for you to start any games company ever, because people are afraid to invest. This is the situation now, but when I started making my tour and showcasing the game and talking to publishers and investors earlier this year, end of last year, I was not aware of any of that. If you think about 2022, nobody thought 2023 was gonna pan out like this, like so up and down all the time. So many great games and so many horrible games coming together in the same year. This journey of this year, I'm just gonna talk about 2023, has been insane. And it started incredibly well with Proxima because we actually worked really hard last year on a demo, on a video demo, not a gameplay demo, but a video demo of our game. So we gathered all our best people and resources and put all of our great minds together. And we came up with this demo that was really good. We put it all together in about 5 weeks, which was very short. And we worked incredibly hard, lots of stress, lots of hard work. But the end result was amazing and we were pleased with it. But is that feeling of like, you are pleased with it, but would others be pleased with it as well? Off I went to Gamescom. Very first time ever that I went to Gamescom. I always wanted to go, and I always thought I was gonna go as a developer, as in like working for a AAA company somewhere around the world, and maybe do a talk somewhere about a feature that I created, because this is what most developers think about. But I found myself on the other end of Gamescom, which is basically with a demo or video or something or presentation of your game, going from door to door, presenting your game, talking with a bunch of publishers and investors and showcasing what we have, right? So I was really nervous because the day that I started at GDC, when I went over, we still were putting the sounds to the game, to the video that we were putting together to make sure that it came together. So I was kind of crossing my fingers that by the time I had the first meeting on Monday or Tuesday morning, I could have a full demo so I could showcase it. And we did, which was great. But it worked, cutting it really short. So we made it, and then it was up to me, myself alone. Nobody else came from Proxima. Like basically going from door to door, kind of presenting our game. What I didn't expect is how that experience goes. Because for those that don't know, and maybe are thinking about starting your own studio, when you go to a place like this, then you have to meet a lot of publishers and investors. You go from hotel lobby to hotel lobby presenting your game. And what happens in reality is that you run all the time, and you are most of the time about 5 minutes late because you were running from one end of the city to the other end, trying to actually kind of like make the next meeting, and then you actually go to the other side of the thing. Maybe sometimes it's close, but you know that you have about an hour meeting in between, so you have to go over here to then go back here again and present again. So by the end of the week, I was so exhausted of presenting the game. And the thing that got me the most, and is the thing that I'm working on myself, is that you have to pitch with the same exact energy, the same like, you know, wow, this is amazing, as you did the first time. Because it's your game and you're trying to sell a game after all, you know. So you need to make sure that you are as excited as you can possibly be. But the person on the other side, a lot of the times, because they have so many games to see, a lot of the times the person is not excited. They just looking at it and go, okay, we'll get back to you. You spend so much time working on this thing, so it's heart-wrenching because you actually, like, you know, put your blood, sweat, and tears on this thing, and then the person was looking at it and going, it's all right. But for the most part, most people that actually saw our demo were so impressed with it. And this is what told me, especially when I met other developers, fellow developers that actually had pitched games before, or had, like, you know, games being published this year, or they actually kind of like were thinking about publishing games in the future. When they looked at my project or our project, and in comparison to theirs, or in comparison to things that they've seen before, they were like, you're gonna have no problem getting investment because this is looking amazing. So, you know, by the end of the week, I was feeling pretty good. I was kind of like sending voice messages to my team, telling them exactly what happened every single day so they could actually come with me on the journey, which was great. Everybody appreciated it. But, you know, we were, you know, by the end of it, feeling pretty good, pretty amazing. Then what happens is I came back, you know, all of us feeling like we've done an amazing job, and, you know, we are in a good spirits of everybody. Most people, actually all of the publishers and investors that we talked to said, we'll get back to you, we're definitely interested, let's see. So I came back, and then basically the year started crumbling the more it went through. You start to see the bad news, the redundancies, all these other things, and wars, and, you know, like things happening around the world that started to affect the games industry. So the result of this is that, you know, all of a sudden the people that we had a good feeling or felt like most likely maybe something was going to happen, it didn't, because times are tough. So we thought, all good, we got this, we are united in this team, we are going to put a gameplay demo together and we're going to take it to Gamescom. So we started working on this. So this is from April, May of this year until pretty much August, end of July, August. Working on this demo because we wanted to actually get people hands-on in our game, to just showcase that our game not only looks amazing in a video, but everything you see is playable and is absolutely amazing. But we had to tighten things, make sure that everything was fine. So comes Gamescom, we have a demo. Now, once again, we actually had to work so hard for this demo for so many reasons, and the team was expanding as well. More people were working for us. Also, more people were seeing the stuff that we were doing and getting really excited about it. And bear in mind, we are not actually funded so far, so we are doing this out of the kindness of our hearts, and we are doing this because we really believe in this project, and we think it's going to be absolutely bonkers when people see it, and it's going to be really, really awesome, right? So, you know, we started getting more people. We have more skilled people in the team, we can do more things. So now we go to Gamescom and we actually going to present this thing to actually a bunch of different publishers. And at this point, I had more people with me. I took my producer, Ralph, shout out to Ralph, that is if he's watching this. We actually went to present to, again, a bunch of publishers that we actually either spoke with before GDC or got as new connections after GDC. So the ball keeps growing when it comes to networking. Also, people seem to be talking about the game, about Proxima, about what we're doing. So there's lots of connections there, and, you know, check out these guys, they are really cool. So we went in Gamescom, and it was also for me a different experience. So Gamescom, I have been before as a developer working for a AAA studio. You normally have a t-shirt of the studio, and then you have a booth somewhere, and then you go and represent the studio on that game for that booth. And sometimes you're actively representing, as in like maybe demoing the game for somebody. Sometimes you're just there for chilling, right? Just like there for support if anybody has questions, or to guide a line or anything like that. But this is basically what you do, and it's a lot of fun, I have to admit, because a lot of the days that you are not working, you're just basically walking around Gamescom having fun. This was not that. This was very different. This was me basically once again running from side to side. But what I found is that Gamescom, because a lot of developers have booths, you can actually basically spend a lot of the time inside Gamescom going from booth to booth. But because Gamescom is so absolutely massive, you almost get more tired than at GDC, because you really have to walk around a lot, so many steps to go from booth to booth, and you still have to come out of Gamescom a lot of the time, meet somebody in some hotel lobby, come back to Gamescom again to then go to somebody's booth, and just keep on pinging like this all around. It's exhausting, but having company helps. So anybody that is trying to do this, just bear in mind that having company helps you a ton, because you feel like you have a homie, you feel like you have somebody to talk to about the goods and the bads. Not everything is going to be peachy. Having somebody there to support you helps you a ton. So we actually went in, did our thing, came out of Gamescom also feeling good, but what we realized is that, wait a second, the industry is not doing so well, right? And things are not actually feeling very much like they're going to get better anytime soon. Maybe we need to rethink this, and instead of actually going the regular path of talking to publishers and talking to investors, maybe we should start kind of like thinking about this in a different way. What if we actually start thinking about this as if we want to develop the games for ourselves? And we keep going like this, because so far we've been so far so good, right? We don't have investment, but we invest in our own money in this company, and things seem to be going fine, and we can keep going like this for the foreseeable future. So why not keep going like this and then basically showcase it to the world whenever we're ready, so people can then tell us what they think. So this is basically what's going to happen for the next few weeks. Just know that there's lots of news coming, and there's lots of things coming. You guys are going to see much more of what we have done behind the scenes, and I hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope you guys are there for the ride, because it's been a lot of work in what feels like sometimes like a short period of time and sometimes feels like a long period of time. But we put in a lot of work, and this is definitely a project that we put so much passion into it, that we really believe in. I cannot wait to show you guys all of this goodness that is coming for the next weeks. So keep an eye out, because we have different channels and different things coming that are not going to be just for this channel, but I'm going to make sure that you guys come with me in this journey, because your opinion matters a lot to me, and I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. I already mentioned this to you many times over the years, but I genuinely wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys, because you guys give me a lot of confidence to tackle this. I don't think I'll be able to do this if it wasn't for the confidence that you guys give me, because the content that I'm doing seems to resonate with you guys. So I hope you guys join me for this journey, because I think it's going to be very special. And yeah, I'm slightly nervous. I cannot deny. I don't know. It's just like you actually had kind of like, it's your baby, and now you finally have to kind of like release it to the world and see what people think, and at least a little bit. And I cannot wait to see what you guys think. This was basically a video a little bit about reminiscing about the year. We want to close the year as strong as possible. Christmas is coming, so wouldn't it be nice for these things that I'm talking about, or I'm not talking about, to be received incredibly well by the community, and then us all just going into the holidays feeling good about ourselves and feeling good about all this work that we've been putting in for the last year and a half or two. It would be amazing. But we won't know until that stuff is out, and when that stuff is out, you guys will know it too. So until then, stay well, stay safe, peace.